What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video with me, Matt Hall. Hope you're good, hope you had a good week and your training's on point and all that shit. Welcome back to another Q&A, and I've brought my good friend along from previous videos, Louis.
Hello.
A link to his channel will be in the description. Make sure you go check him out. We both recently hit 1,000 subscribers, and we both want to say a massive thank you to all of you that have subscribed to us, supported us on our journey, and are continuing to support us. Let's get into the Q&A, and let's start with the first question.
Yeah, let's do it.
Woo! No, that's just the cut of it. I'm gonna cut it out. Right then, question number one. So how this is going to work is I'm going to read out the questions on this video. Louis is going to read out the ones on his channel, which will be in the link in the description. So make sure you go watch part 2. I'm going to read them out. We're both going to give our views or our opinions on basically what we're doing. But obviously, I think Louis is still bulking at the moment. I'm going to cut, so the answers will be slightly different. But the question number one is, what are your favorite ab exercises? I'm going to start by saying my 2 favorite ab exercises, which I actually done about an hour ago, is cable crunches. I do 3 sets or 4 sets of 25. At the minute it's 3 sets, putting it up to 4 sets next week. And also ab rollouts. I really feel the benefits. Like, for me to know abs are working is you got to be feeling it after and during. And the odd like crunch doesn't do it for me. What about you?
Well, I absolutely hate training abs. Like, I need to start training them. I literally never do. Just speaking to a powerlifter down the gym, and he was telling me, you know, you need to have strong abs to, you know, do this, that and the other. So I will be starting to train abs, and you'll be able to see some more ab workouts on my channel. But I don't really train abs, so like all I can really say is
you're living the bulkers lifestyle.
Yeah, sit-ups, I guess. I don't know. I really have no idea how to train abs because I've never done it, so I have to take Matt's word for that.
This just proves like how our different opinions are going to be in this video.
The thing is though, my abs are still better than his. So.
Well, at the moment, mate, but give it 8 weeks on this cut. Jesus, make sure you check out their Instagram. But anyway, let's roll on to question number 2. Is how much do you weigh and how much do you want to cut down to? Obviously, Louis' question would be how much do you weigh and how much do you want to bulk up to? So I currently weigh, well, when I started this cut, I weighed 93 kilos. I've now cut down to 91.5 kilos. And where I want to get to is about 86, 87. The reason behind that, obviously, a lot of people are like, why aren't you trying to get like 10, 20 kilos down? Basically, I'm not at the physique where I need to cut down that amount to get like vascular. Like, I'm not like that bulky, so to lose about 5 or 6 kilos will really, like, bring out my abs, bring out my veins and stuff like that. I'm not really looking at getting like skinny again like I used to be, because it's just not the way, and I don't want to lift less. But what about you?
Well, I don't actually know how much I weigh, like 77 kilos, I think. I don't really know how heavy I'm going to get. My bones don't weigh a lot, so like I'm bigger than someone normal who just weighs 77 kilos, so it's hard to sort of gauge how heavy I want to be by the time I finish bulking. But because I'm staying pretty lean anyway, I don't know, we'll just keep going until I get, you know, big enough.
To my size.
I'll just be a nicer shape, you know what I mean?
That's it, mate.
I really have no
Everyone's
idea.
got different physiques, but
yeah,
it's good to have healthy
nicer,
competition. So. It's just friendly banter between us, there's no hate. Right.
Well.
Not here anyway, but
yeah,
when the camera's off, mate. Right, the next question is, if I want to start getting ripped, where do I start? I think this would be a good question for us both to answer, because you obviously, you're ripped, I'm getting ripped. It's a good question. Louis, if you're wondering why he's like almost dying, he's been ill the last couple of days.
Sorry.
He soldiered out to get this video done, so it's definitely worth a subscribe and a like. But yeah, I'm going to start off by saying the first thing you need to do to get ripped is make sure you work out your calorie maintenance. That is the important thing, because if you're above your, if you're in a, can't even think of the word.
Deficit.
No, the other one.
Surplus.
Surplus. If you're in a surplus and you're trying to cut down, it's just not going to work. It's like putting no petrol in a car. It ain't going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? So you basically need to make sure you work out your calorie maintenance, and whatever that figure is, make sure you're eating below that, so you're in a deficit. And then also make sure I'd say to cut down, to change up your training. Like if you're still trying to lift your max lift on a cut, I don't really advise that. Make sure you're hitting a high volume, low weight kind of workout. So at the minute I'm hitting 4 sets of 10. That again might get pushed up to 4 sets of 12, depending on how it's gonna go. But I'd just say make sure you're eating the right amount of calories, and then also make sure you're getting your macros to the point. Protein, fats and carbs, make sure you're not overeating on the carbs and the fats, really. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I'd say keep your protein up, carbs down. You should be aiming for like 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight.
Oh no. Oh no.
Break the windows up, quick. Yeah, so you should be able, so if you weigh, say, to work out your weight.
It's happened again.
It's happened again. There's a kid with a bow and arrow in front of the car. Oh gosh, flashback to the last one.
Oh no.
At least you can't see him.
We've come to the quietest car park in Woodley as well.
Oh gosh.
You carry on?
Yeah, so if you weigh like 155 pounds, you want to be eating 155 grams of protein. So just stick to that. And obviously work it out. And then for carbs, you want to keep that about 1 to 1.5 if you're cutting. So if you weighed 155 pounds, you should be eating about maximum like around 170 grams of carbs, and that would just keep you nice and lean without losing too much muscle. Drink lots of water, cut down on fats, do a bit of cardio. BCAAs
are good as well, I find. Ever since I've had them, for the sole reason, literally I said it in my last video, the sole reason I take that is just to keep me like tasting the flavour, keep my stomach feeling that I'm putting stuff in my body and not just water, because it's got flavour.
Yeah, use sauces, like low calorie, sugar free sauces are good, because you're going to get bored of eating like salads.
But I think the real basics that you need to, the first step you should be is work out your calories and make sure you're hitting your macros. I think that's the basics, and then you can advance your training into more cutting phases.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It all starts with a diet though.
All starts with the diet, then the training. The next question is, which when I read this one, I thought this is going to be a good debate one. That's why I put it in the title, is what is your thought of Larry Wills, and is he natural? To start with, I think he's very good for the industry, being so young and being so passionate about it, what he does. Kind of like us, but he's about 3 times the size. Lifts 3 times the amount.
As big as me.
He's a big lad.
Not as big as me. It's fine.
Comment down below who you think's bigger, Louis or Larry Wills.
It's me.
But I think to start with, like he's a good like for the industry. He's very, as I say, he's young. He's enthusiastic. He's positive. But is he natural?
Well, obviously not.
No
because
way.
He's done about 16 videos saying exactly what his steroid cycle is.
People still question. People still ask, is people natural and stuff. But yeah, to be fair, it's even more respectful that he's come out and said it. He's not one of these people that hides it. He shows what he is.
Yeah, I do respect him for that. Like, it's a personal decision whether you take it or not.
Yeah.
But be honest, like, don't lead people on a wild goose chase and tell them, you know, you can look like this when they really can't because you're enhanced. They're not, you know. So fair play. He's like he's won bodybuilding shows. He's come second in a strongman competition recently with like, you know, a couple of months training. He holds 2 world records for powerlifting. You know, he can do it all really, and I think he's probably the first person to be successful in all 3. And he's what, like 23 as well. So yeah, I'd like.
A year older than me.
Get your life sorted out.
Look at me, mate. Look who I am.
Goodness, he's wearing a McDonald's armband.
Yeah, mate. This is the donated £1 to them. If you can see it, these are my 2. I used to wear. If you used to see on my videos, I used to wear like 10, but I've kept the 2 important ones to me.
Hygienic.
These are the veteran ones. Mad respect for the soldiers and the veterans. And this is the McDonald's charity one that I donated some money on the way to my grandma's, and thought it's a decent charity. And who doesn't love a Big Mac meal? Anyway, that question that we just had leads on to our final question, and that is, are either of you on steroids? I'll let you go first.
I know it might be hard to believe looking at me being 300 pounds and 2% body fat, but I'm not actually on steroids. Can you believe that? I mean, what's the point? I'm not competing in any competitions at the moment. I'm not a professional athlete. Like, I'm not Usain Bolt, so what's the point? I don't need to take any steroids. What is the point, you know? If you're not an athlete,
what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah. And again, I'm not on it either. Again, yeah, I don't disrespect anyone that is on it. It's a personal choice, it's a personal use. I don't look at anyone any different if they do take steroids, but right now in my training career, I've not thought about doing them. I've looked into them because obviously being a personal trainer, it's kind of the thing you're interested in and how they work and how long the actual procedure of it takes. Like, a lot of people think all you have to do is put a needle in for 12 weeks and then you're going to get massive. It's really not like that. You need to be doing, if you're watching this and you're actually considering taking it, I recommend you guys proper researching it before you go in, because you will fuck yourself up if you think it's just a needle. Like, I've researched, it took me like weeks to research it and I still don't know everything about it, so make sure you do your research on it.
That's just because you can't read, but
yeah, it was only one page on my phone, but it did take me a few weeks, but you know what I mean. But anyway, I suppose we could also ask, would you ever take them?
For legal reasons, I would never take steroids ever, and you know, nah, probably not.
I don't know. It's one of them that I've been in debate because being a personal trainer, training is my life. I train 6 to 7 times a week. I class myself as half of a role model to a lot of people being a personal trainer. So that is a way that it's a 50-50 split. Like, sometimes I think if I'd done them, I would look really good, even better than what I look now. And people would look up to me and want to look like me. But then also, if it comes out that you're doing steroids and you're cheating, clients might like look down on me and think I'm just a fake, which you don't want. But then also I want to see what the effects of it. I would be interested to see if it does make a big difference in your training, and if you could lift like mad weights, because that I think would be sick to be able to go in and bench press 200 kilos. You'd look the strongest in the gym. But it's what, yeah, as you say, for legal reasons, probably not. But if at any point in my life, because I've been thinking about entering shows and stuff like that, we both have thought about it, but we got to get to the part in our training. If I was going to go for like a show, I might think about doing it, because there's people like Brandon Harding, Larry Wills that have come out, and because they do shows, they do it, so they do it for an actual reason. But right now, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, there's no point doing it until you've hit your natural limit anyway, right?
Exactly. Again, you wouldn't know that unless you researched it. So that's just one of the points that you'll find out when you research. So again, to end this video, if you're ever going to do steroids, make sure you look it up, basically. But anyway, that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this Q&A with Louis. If you are liking these types of videos with Louis involved, please let me know in the comment section.
His most viewed video stars me, so yeah, that says it all, really, doesn't it? You know,
10k challenge, but the Vanquish one is catching up. But anyway, let's wrap this video up now. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you go over to Louis' channel, subscribe, make sure you check out the part 2 of this video. But as always, guys, stay focused, stay positive, keep other people positive, and we'll see you in the next one. Woo! Got his nice new toy. Bargain hunter he is, 15 quid for that. So that's how we got the thumbnail.
Recommended.
That's how we got the thumbnail.
Comes with
Do you know what I mean? It looks like a plane's taken our photo, mate.
I'm professional.
He is professional.
I know what I'm doing. I can't get it to fold up though.